welcome back everyone to the 1-year review of the Ecoboost Mustang. This is a 2019 model. I bought it April of 2020, and now it is currently about April of 2021. So I've owned it for about 1 year now, and this will pretty much be the video going over everything I like about it, everything I dislike about it, and truthfully, if I recommend it as a first car or as a Mustang overall. Since again, there's a lot to offer with the GT models and of course GT 500s and stuff. But for an Ecoboost, I'll pretty much be giving you guys an honest review as to if I think it's worth it or not. So before anything, guys, throughout the past year, I've done no performance mods to the Ecoboost. In my humble opinion, I truthfully think that doing any performance mods to an Ecoboost is just a waste of money. These do cap out at about like 475 horsepower. At that point, you're gonna have to rebuild the engine and do a whole bunch of other crazy stuff, which at that point might as well, just upgrade to a GT if you are gonna put that money out. But something like an exhaust, if you really want to, I mean, go ahead. But I've yet to put an exhaust on this Ecoboost, anyway. Again, I think it sounds perfectly fine. And really and really with a lot of these aftermarket exhausts, you're only really getting just a little bit of a deeper tone, like on a cold start, but like pretty much like when you're driving and stuff, you can't really notice any difference. But at this current point, some of the obvious things I did mod wise on the exterior and interior that are not performance, I put a couple of winglets on the front right here. Also, I did add the white pinstripes around the black factory stripes, so that looks very cool. I did add the 2.3T badges on either side, right where the 5.0 badge or the Shelby badge would go. I did add some rear quarter window louvers right here. Nothing too crazy. These were just very cheap on eBay, but they have stuck on here for close to like 8 months already, so I'm not complaining. Then moving on to the interior really quick with some mods I've done in the past year. I do have the little lights right here that do shine on the ground at night. They show the Pony logo, which if I do have a picture of that, which I'm pretty sure I do, I will show a picture of that on the screen. Then moving inside, guys, I did put the little carbon fiber little stickers on the steering wheel right here, on these 4 spots of the steering wheel. I added the red paddle shifter extenders, very cool. As well as I added some more red around the touchscreen right here. The red flip up button right here for the engine start stop, as well as some more red right here, just a little bit accent colors throughout. And then one thing I did buy for all the little pockets in here, I do have to clean them pretty soon here, but I did buy a lot of these rubber little things for the cup holders, for those, also in the door sills over there. And that actually works out very well. I think it color matches very nice and they get the job done. Also have a pretty cool air freshener right here with the picture of the car, as well as some underglow for the where the floorboards are. So again, I'll show a picture of that on the screen if I do have one, which I'm pretty sure I do. So as you guys can tell, nothing too crazy I've done with this in the past year. Again, performance wise, I don't really see a point. I do plan on upgrading relatively soon here to at least a GT, if not a GT 500 or even a McLaren's 570S. If you guys are new to the channel, I do run a Lego channel and also a Lego online store. So I'm currently 20 years old. I do make pretty decent money for my age. Might not be the most financially smart decision to upgrade to something that big, but I do plan on upgrading pretty soon nonetheless. So that's why, there's also another reason performance mods really make no sense to me right now. This gets the job done. I truthfully think this is one of the best looking S550s I've seen. Not to discredit anyone else's builds, but for what I enjoy right here, this is very awesome. I did forget to mention in the exhaust clips, you guys will notice I did add a blow-off valve adapter. That is the only thing I switched under the hood. Again, I think I really kind of made sure, I bought an Ecoboost, for a reason. Again, it was a little bit cheaper back then, before I was making some money. Of course, insurance is cheaper. Overall, it's a cheaper car to maintain, since even at the end of the day, you could run 87 on this, as your daily. You don't need to run premium. You don't need to run, any of the higher end stuff. And at the end of the day, an Ecoboost is cheaper to maintain. So I figured at that point, might as well, you're not going to be getting that much sound out of the exhaust. Might as well, let everyone know you have a turbo in the car. So at that point, another reason why I added the 2.3. you know, T-badges there. I think they look nice anyway. I think it really flows with the car well. The blow-off valve adapter as well, you know, lets you know, car guys and even a few other people know that there's a little something under the hood. Again, it's not just a 4-cylinder, so that's kind of why I did that mix and match. I love the blow-off valve adapter. You know, truthfully, like, there's only a few times it gets annoying, you know, on the highway or driving around. A few times it gets annoying, but other than that, I mean, 95% of the time, you know, it adds a nice touch to the car. And then truthfully, I kind of even forget it's there. You know, you guys might think, you know, hearing that sound every single time, you know, you rev match, you come back down, like, it might get annoying, but truthfully, it doesn't really get that annoying. And like I said, I quite frankly forget it's even there. And, you know, unless I'm trying to, you know, not really show it off, but unless I'm trying to, you know, kind of, you know, hear it, I guess. So like I said, guys, there are quite a few positives here. Quite frankly, like I said, you get good MPGs. I'm only running like 15.5 MPGs right now since the past like week or two that it's been nicer weather. I've been pretty much just driving it like a, you know, maniac. Like, I've been, you know, sport mode, track mode all the time, you know, doing crazy stuff, and my MPGs definitely went down. But if you guys do drive in normal mode on the highway, you know, drive it like a casual car, you know, if you're using this as your daily, you know, you can get all the way up to about 35 miles per gallon. On a few trips I've done in the past year or so, you know, I have gotten like 32.5, you know, 30, 31, you know, somewhere around there, you know, kind of just casually driving on the highway when I'm going on, you know, a little bit of a road trip, which is of course nice. Like I said, I mean, especially a year ago when, you know, gas was even cheaper, you know, I could fill up my tank, you know, once a week, you know, once every other week for like 26 bucks and, you know, get like 30 miles to the gallon. But like I said, recently, kind of a double negative, I guess, you know, gas prices are going up and I am driving it like a maniac. And another thing I've preached before, and I you know, I talk about this a lot. I truthfully think, like, you know, an EcoBoost, for what it's worth, is still an S550. Like, I mean, there's really, you know, from an S550 to a GT, exterior-wise, the only difference is the GT badge on the back and the 5.0 badge. That's the only thing that's different. Other than that, everything's exactly the same. Like, performance package 1, I guess, you know, has like the extra little lip on the front, but like overall, like, it is the exact same car. You're buying an EcoBoost, it's not like you're getting, you know, a low trim car in a sense. I understand, you know, again, the EcoBoost is the lowest tier of a Mustang, of course, but like I said, you're not getting much less car when you're getting an EcoBoost. It's just the engine. That's truthfully the only thing that's different between these. I feel like if the EcoBoost truthfully looked a lot worse, you know, a lot different, you know, did not have some of the body lines, you know, maybe not the tail lights, you know, something like that. If there's actually, you know, cosmetic differences between an EcoBoost and a GT, then I can see where people also have the consensus of, okay, like the EcoBoost really is the low tier Mustang. But honestly, like, I think if for, you know, depending on your purposes, you know, even a family car, like, I don't use the back seats that often, truthfully. Like, they're pretty much worthless for me, but at the end of the day, like, it is a 4-seater car. You can fit two small children in the back. The trunk space back here truthfully is insane. I mean, the trunk space in this car, I'll throw up some pictures. Like I said, if you guys don't follow my Lego stuff, I fit quite a few Lego things in the back right here, so I definitely will throw up some pictures right there of all that. But a lot of room back there. You guys can do a lot of stuff back in you know, in the trunk here. You know, up in the front, everything's 100% you know, comfortable. I've never been uncomfortable in this car at all. You know, there's a lot of leg room, a lot of headroom. Overall, very cozy interior. You know, it's not overdone. And even at that point, you know, one thing to step it up, you know, get the EcoBoost Premium. This is just the regular non-premium, just the coupe. But like I said, you know, if you do want other luxuries in your life, like the convertible, like the premium touches, then go ahead and do so. But at this current point, guys, like I said, you know, if you guys can get an EcoBoost, I preferably like the 18 Plus. I think the 18 Plus, you know, I think I like the style better. Truthfully, I think the taillights are a little bit better, and just overall, you know, the front fascia here, I do like the 18 Pluses. But you know, when you can get an EcoBoost for every bit of like 20-25 grand, like, you know, go ahead and do so. There's nothing wrong with these cars, and you know, as long as you're not trying to instantly flex on everybody when you get this car, since you're not going to really be able to do that, you know, if you are buying this car for the right reasons, this is every bit of an awesome car for you. And on that note, I truthfully got to say, there's really nothing negative about this car in the past year. I mean, honestly, like, the only thing, you know, that has happened a few times maybe in the past year has been, okay, sure, you know, I lose a race, you know, sure, it's not the loudest, but again, you know that going into buying this car. It's not the car's fault, you know, it's doing what it's meant to do, it's doing what it's built to do. You know, so aside from just a few of those, of course, you know, the loudness, you know, of course, is not all there, you know, and you know, losing some races here and there, although I've won a lot of good ones too. I've beat a red-eye Hellcat Challenger. I've beat plenty of 5.0s, like 2 or 3 completely stock 5.0s. I beat a Chevy SS. I mean, I've beaten a fair share of stuff that, you know, you would kind of think like, oh wow, like, you know, this is never going to beat that. So I mean, I've had my fair share of fun. It's not a, you know, bad car to have. Like, this is quicker. Like 315 horsepower is faster than a lot of the common shit on the road. You know, not to talk negatively about other cars at all, but, you know, 315 horsepower is a decent chunk. You know, in 2021, of course, it's not all that. You know, every car, you know, a lot of these, you know, V8 engines and even, you know, the Supras and stuff, you know, they're coming with like 450, 500, you know, around like that baseline for horsepower. But again, 315 is nothing to, you know, say it's bad. You know, it's definitely there. You have some power. You got a lot of torque in this thing. Truthfully, I mean, you can tell, guys, the turbo lag is there, you know, maybe half a second or so, but the torque fucking kills on this car, honestly. And that's something that, you know, off a regular casual stoplight or off a, you know, off a dig race or anything, like, the torque matters. It really does. Like, I mean, if you can catch a couple car lanes ahead of the car beforehand just due to the torque, and, you know, you're not going all that distance, as long as you're not doing a quarter mile or a whole mile, you're going to win that race more than likely. Like, if you're just trying to prove a point off a light, you more than likely will win in this car. Like, it's not a bad car. There's nothing wrong with it in that regard. It's doing what it's meant to do, and well looking absolutely beautiful while doing it. Nonetheless, guys, I recommend it. I mean, I'm being serious. If you guys, as long as you guys don't overpay, you know, honest, I bought this brand new. I bought it with like 7 miles off the lot for about 28.5 right there, you know, 28.5 around there. At the end of the day, sure, you know, some people have said, okay, you might have overpaid a little bit. I knocked a little off, 0% interest on it though. So, you know, 28.5, you know, what I signed for is what I'm going to pay for it eventually. So, nonetheless, I'm happy with it. You know, got me to where I want to be at, and I'm glad I started like this, you know, since now, like I said, I do truthfully respect a lot of people's cars now. Like, you know, every Mustang I see on the road, again, like whether it's S550 or anything older, EcoBoost or not, V6, V8, you know, I respect it. I'm a big fan of Mustangs now. And at this point, like I said, I mean, it was a cheap car at the time. I mean, I was able to fit it into my budget just fine. And now, you know, it's time for the upgrades eventually. But, you know, nothing wrong with this car. You know, for a starting off car, you know, I'm only 20 years old. I bought it when I was 19, and just turned 19 at the time too. So, nothing wrong with it, guys. Overall, 1 year review. I absolutely love this car. Genuinely, it's 100% fantastic. And I definitely recommend it if you guys are in the market. Really no downsides to it. So, nonetheless, guys, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Please only comment and subscribe. If you guys have any other Mustang videos you guys want to see from me, go ahead and leave them down below. You know, I usually do these maybe every couple months or so. You know, I've done like 4 or 5 in the past. And I just wanted to do, you know, a genuine 1 year review, since like it is just something I'm kind of passionate about. And the 3-month review has like 28,000 views. So if this can't repeat that, then of course there's nothing wrong with that. So just one step closer to fully paying it off, right? Based off the YouTube videos. But yeah, nonetheless, guys, thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's video, and love you guys all. Bye, guys.